Hello and welcome to the filming of the process video for cottages, clay slab cottages. So right here I have about 6 or 7 pounds of clay. Our goal today is to make these very cute cottages, and you can design and decorate them however you like. This is the idea that we're going with right here. But again, everyone's cottage is going to look a little bit different. I've got this one that I made. I'm going to kind of turn it this way so you can see it. This is one version. This is the first one that I made, so I learned a lot after making this one, and I'm going to make another one now. So I added my dragon. I've got shutters on the windows. Here's the front. You can see that there is decorative detail around my port window. Shutters. I added some mushrooms and a door. On this side I just have windows. My roof has this really pretty impression of a doily that I used on both sides. And then on the chimney, I just used kind of a checkered pattern texture that you see here. The key to these houses is to make sure that your clay is dry enough and that you make sure that all your connections, as always in ceramics, are really, really strong. So I'm going to begin by prepping my slab. Like I said, this is 6 or 7 pounds of clay, 6 o 7 libras de barro. Y lo estoy preparando. I'm prepping it to make sure that all my imperfections are gone, and that also I'm compressing my clay so that it's strong and will not crack easily. So I always go in 2 directions. I've already prepped this. Oh, this rib is not working well. I forgot. This rib has a weird dent in it. So I'm just going to use this big clay people rib. One direction and then another direction. Dos direcciones cuando preparan el barro. You don't want to mess with your slabs too much because the clay has memory and it will remember and it will want to break apart right there. So be cautious when you are doing this. You also want to make sure that you are using flat hands and that you are not pushing too hard because you don't want to make this any skinnier than about 7/8, which is what the slab roller is set at. Okay, está preparado y listo. So I've basically got all my things set up. I've got all my cutters right here, which by the way have been labeled. Okay. Tengo que tener todas las cosas preparadas. I have a metal rib, I have a rubber rib, a knife, a slip brush, rubber tip tool, a sponge, some water. I've got my wear board underneath everything. Maybe I'll leave that there. And then I've got a scoring tool. Okay. And I've got a whole bunch of textures. A whole bunch of textures. You can use any texture that you want. This is your cottage. Pueden usar cualquier textura que quieran. Esta es su casita, so ustedes lo hacen como quieran. So this is ready to go. And I'm going to start, let's see, I think I'm going to start with my roof. So vamos a empezar con el techo. This is the roof. So I'm going to go ahead and do them way over here on the side so that I have enough space for all my cutouts. My roof, I think my roof is going to be shingles. I think I'm going to use this for my roof. So I'm going to lay it down. This should fit just fine. And I'm going to get a roller. Sorry, 1 second. I forgot the roller, which is very important. We need this roller, and I'm going to go ahead and begin rolling this in. I need enough pressure that it's going to give me a very nice impression. So con bastante presión para que salga la textura bien. I usually use the small side of this roller because I feel like it has more control. Yo siempre uso el lado más pequeño porque me da más control. This is another reason why you don't want your clay too thin, because you're really going to be pushing in deeply with this texture. I lift it carefully just to see if I'm good to go slow, otherwise you got to lay it back down and roll some more. Levántelo despacito para asegurarse que tiene la textura bien, o si no lo cuesta otra vez y lo hace otra vez. So I think I'm good to go right here. Release your clay so it doesn't stick to the board. Levántelo para que esta textura no se le pegue, el barro no se le pegue a la tabla. So I need 2 of these, and I'm going to set them here and cut these out. This clay has been sitting out for about 45 minutes, and it is soft leather hard. So there's one roof. Set it to the side. Here is my second part of my roof. I need 2 of these pieces. La segunda parte necesitamos 2 piezas para el techo. All right, there we go. And I'm going to use my metal rib to smooth this clay out. Be careful, you don't want to push too hard. But the metal rib works really good for smoothing out your any texture that you do not want anymore. Alright, because I might need this little piece of clay. Esta costilla de metal trabaja muy bien para alisar el barro. Quiero todo este barro, voy a necesitarlo, so le estoy quitando la textura para poder usarlo con diferente textura. Okay, so now I can use all of this with different texture because I smoothed it out. Let's see, I've got my roof done. Set it to the side. Now my walls. So my walls, I've decided that I want to do, let's see. I was thinking about using this for my roof because it's pretty cool. Maybe I will use that for my cottage because I already used the wood. Maybe I'll use this. I should have used that for the roof. I did want to do that, but it's too late now. So I'm going to save that for a path. I'm going to make a little path on this guy. So I'm going to decide which direction I want my wood. I think I want the wood to go vertical. But again, it's your decision, so you make those decisions before laying down. I'm going to get 2 walls and 2 fronts. So I think I can do 1 wall over here. So I'm going to flip this over. And I'm just going to use a little bit of cornstarch so that my, come on, this is a weird, I'm going to use a little bit of cornstarch. Esto es maicena para que no se pega los moldes. This is cornstarch, and as you guys know already, it's just so that your texture doesn't stick to it. There we go. So I'm going to go vertical. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to roll it out. There's my pony roller. Hold the mat with one hand as you're rolling this out with the other hand. And again, this is just preparation, right? We're just cutting out our parts before we start to decorate. Decorating is the fun part. Well, this is fun too. Okay, asegúrese que está la textura bien como la quieren. So I'm going to make sure that this texture is pushed in really well. I really want that wood grain to show nicely. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to do this here as well, because I think I'm going to need more. Lo voy a hacer aquí también porque voy a necesitar 4 paredes. Make sure that your grain is going in the same direction for all your walls. Asegúrese que el diseño está en la misma dirección para todas las paredes. Ooh, that's cool. All right, release. Que no se pegue a la tabla. Levántelo. And my side walls. So this says walls, and I'm going to need 2. You can set it wherever you want it. There's 1, 2 de estas paredes pequeñas. And what I did learn from the first time I made this is that I'm not going to cut any windows until I've attached any decorative detail that I might want to include. Here's another side wall, pared, otra pared. Setting it to the side. Make sure your parts are all nice and flat. Then this guy, it's going to go here. That's a tall wall. And another tall wall, so I'm going to have to roll a little bit more texture. Necesito otra pared alta, so necesito más textura. Okay, good. There. And now my little chimney. It says chimney on here. It's kind of curves around. My chimney, I think I'm going to use this cobblestone for the chimney. Why not? I'm going to do a little smoothing here. Voy a alisar esta parte porque necesito las paredes para la chimenea. No sé, creo que así se dice. I think that's how you say that word. Clean off your rib. Alright, that should be cool. And I'm going to set this here. I've never used this. This is new. I think I'm going to push it in with my... Ooh. You know what I should have done is I should have oiled this up. So I'm just going to reach for my cooking spray. Not too bad, but I think it could be better. Maybe I'll use this spot down here because that's a little skinny now. Esta parte está un poco delgada, so voy a usar esta parte. You know what though? I don't think I want my chimney too thick. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this right here. Okay. So I take the cooking spray, I spray it, I rub it a little bit, make sure it's all evened out. And first I'm just going to push down with my hands. Voy a empujar con mis manos porque esto es un poquito difícil. I'm going to use the longer side. No, I'm not. I thought I was going to. I don't want it to move, so these fondant molds really should be used pushing the clay into it, not rolling it. So the way that I should use this is take this clay and push it in. I would be doing this like this. So basically the other direction. Clay goes on top of the mold. For any of these fondant molds, the sprig molds, so like any of these kind of things, any of this, the clay has to go on top and then you push it in. So I'll show you the difference. Looks kind of the same, and it's kind of cool, oldie looking, so I think I like that. And I'm going to use my chimney. Looks very old, se ve muy viejo. I need one, necesito cuatro para la chimenea. Uno, dos, there's two, three. I actually kind of really like that. It looks super old. This would be really cool walls, you guys. This would make great stone walls. All right, so that's my chimney texture right there. And I think I have everything right now. So I'm going to save this slab because I don't know if I'm going to need it. So I'm going to save. I'm going to cut some of these off that for sure I'm not going to use. Voy a cortar las partes que definitivamente no voy a usar y quedarme con estas partes porque nunca se sabe. Voy a necesitar quizás animalitos o algo diferente. So this clay is going to get saved in plastic. That's very important because I might need this. In fact, I know I'm going to need this. I'm going to want to put some details into my cottage, like some snails and some grass and things. So I'm going to save this. Very important. I'm also going to save this guy. Guárdelo bien para que no se arruine y no se seque. So I've wrapped it up. I don't want this to go anywhere. I want it to be nice and wet. So I do not want it to dry out. So I'm going to move this over. And I am prepared to start decorating. So this is my chimney. This is my front and back walls. These are my side walls with that nice wood grain in it. And this is my roof. Aquí tengo el techo, las paredes del lado y las paredes del frente y atrás. So I am good to go with these. And I'm ready for assembly soon. Not assembly, decoration. All right.